Hey, what is up, fellow Raiders? This is Vulcan Dan, and today I just want to show you this free-to-play friendly team, no legendaries, no void epics for the Fire Knight because we do have an increased chance to get Savage gear, which is great, of course, from the Fire Knight for the next few days. So yeah, so this is just a couple of rares, couple of epics, no void epics. So of course we have Seer, which is great for clearing out the waves in Fire Knight, but we will not use her because while she is an epic, she is a void epic. Very difficult to get. Even players who have been playing for 2 years don't even have Seer, so we will not use her. We have Apothecary, Cold Heart, Stagnite, Vogoth, and Allure. Technically, Apothecary and Allure are the wrong affinity for stage 20, but even if they are the wrong affinity, I'm sure we can make this work. All right, so let's just go with the run and see how this will do. Of course, all of these champions here have multi-hit A1s, of course, which are important for the Fire Knight. I actually forgot to adjust Allure's skills to make sure that she only does her A1 because I saw her do her A2 and A3 there. But yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, we have Stagnite, of course, with a double hit A1 with a decreased attack and decreased defense as well. Vogoth has the triple hit A1 plus. He can also help with the waves because he has that AoE provoke. The A2 will not do much work on the actual Fire Knight boss himself, but his passive will help keep us alive because, of course, whenever he does that big hit, Vogoth will heal the entire team. Apothecary, of course, is there for the heals. Also had that multi-hit A1 and increase the speed of everyone on the team. Cold Art, of course, is the best rare for the Fire Knight. And of course, Allure makes this fight a lot easier, even if she is the wrong affinity. So she will get some weak hits every now and then, but still going to be great. Even though she's going to get some weak hits, she can still keep the Fire Knight's turn meter down because her A1 is really that overpowered for this boss. Yeah, so let's get to it. We have, of course, Stagnite doing great work there with the decreased attack, decreased defense, AoE, and of course, Vogoth. I think he hasn't done his AoE provoke for this wave yet. He might do it now. There you go. So yeah, Vogoth is really good to make sure that you don't die during the waves with his AoE provoke, making sure that he keeps those enemies from doing their hard hitting skills. It's not a speed run, of course. This is nowhere near a speed tune team, but this is just a free to play friendly team that will just make sure that you finish Fire Knight stage 20 with champions that are auto friendly. You just leave it alone. I did not deactivate Allure's A2 and A3, but I think even if we don't do that, this will still be able to defeat the the Fire Knight boss. All right, we're almost there. All right, just have to take this down. Okay, so we're here. Of course, all of those multi-hit A1s will help in bringing down that shield. Vogoth did his A2, which of course is useless against the Fire Knight, but still he has that multi-hit A1. Let's hope that Cold Heart and Allure are enough to keep his turn meter down. I think so. If you're having a hard time keeping the Fire Knight's turn meter down, you can also bring in who's that? The uncommon champion, Ar- Armiger. Yeah, there you go. Just forgot his name there. Armiger is the right affinity for stage 20, so he'll do a very good job in keeping the turn meter down. So yeah, so with stage 20, Allure and Cold Heart, of course, are able to keep the turn meter down. Unlike if you go to stage 21 to 25, you might need some extra help because turn meter reduction in those stages are reduced. But yeah, see, this is just a very easy free-to-play friendly team. No Seer, two rares here with Apothecary and Cold Heart. I know a lot of endgame teams don't use Apothecary anymore, but still, if you're somewhere from early game to mid game, he is still one of the best rares in the entire game. And I don't think the Fire Knight got a single turn with Allure keeping, she got those triple weak hits, but still, uh, with the Heartseeker there, we're able to defeat the Fire Knight boss very quickly. All right, So yeah, let's just go through these champions skills, how I built them. Let's go to the epics, of course. We have Stagnite. Where are you? There you go. Stagnite, of course, with this double hit A1 with decreased speed, decreased defense, and decreased attack. All debuffs are great for the Fire Knight. This is how I built him with just accuracy. I did build him with a decent amount of crit damage and attack. He is not a nuker, but he can deal some decent damage. I did not get him to 100% crit rate, but that's fine. He's just mainly for PvE content. Just make sure that he has enough accuracy to land his debuffs. We also have Volgoth. I place him in a Frost set because I want him to make use of his AoE provoke, and then whenever the provoke enemies hit him back, there's a chance for that freeze to proc. Of course, this triple hit A1 with a chance of increasing the duration of debuffs is great, and of course, this passive helps keep the entire team alive as well. Right? Who else did we use? Let's see. We had, of course, Cold Heart. I used Cold Heart in a reflex set to make sure that to help in keeping those Heart Seeker going for that extra 40% chance to reduce random skill cooldown. Of course, you can make this better by deactivating her Art of Pain, her A2, because you don't really need this. This will help in the waves, but if you deactivate this, the reflex gear will make sure that it always goes to the Heart Seeker. But yeah, so this is just showing you that you don't even need to fine tune all of these things for them to beat stage 20. It's a very easy fight because these are just really great champions. Of course, Apothecary with his triple hit A1, his heals, his increased speed and turn meter fill, his aura as well. Increase ally defense in dungeons by 21% is also quite useful for the Fire Knight. And of course, lastly, we have Allure, which is the MVP of this fight, making sure that the Fire Knight does not get a single turn, even though she is weak affinity. So there are sometimes you will get some weak hits, and she will not decrease the turn meter of the Fire Knight boss. But still, even with that, even with the weak hits, she's still doing a very good job. I put her in some perception gear to make sure that her accuracy is good enough. 100% crit rate, 383 accuracy. I think this is a little bit overkill, but I think I did build her with a higher accuracy than needed for her to be able to perform in higher Doom Tower fights, especially for that Astranix the Dark Fae fight. But yeah, for Fire Knight stage 20, around 200 accuracy will do. This is overkill. You don't really need any attack. Just make sure that she stays alive and that she's quite fast. So around 200 plus speed will do. Of course, you just need her triple hit A1. I didn't even book her. No books needed for Allure. You can also deactivate her A2 and A3. You don't really need those. Just this A1 for the fight. There are some other alternatives in case you don't have these champions that are a little bit free to play friendly. Let's go through these champions. We have, of course, Zargala will do a good job, although she is a little bit squishy. She has this triple hit decreased defense, which hits really hard. She also helps a lot with the waves to make sure that you go through those really quickly. Early on in my account, when I still didn't have a lot of these champions, I used Skull Crusher as well. He does very well in the Fire Knight with this ally protection and counter attack, making sure that you do not die with that Fire Knight AoE hit. Also, whenever he does that, his shields go up, and of course the counter attacks will help you bring the shield back down. So he is going to be quite decent for that fight. You do not want to bring Duct because again, he's the wrong affinity because you want his decreased attack and decreased defense to land. So Stagnite is a lot better for this fight. Who else would be great here? Seeker is decent, making sure that everyone goes fast. He does have a double hit A1, so that's useful. And if you need someone to revive, Gorgorab also does a great job. People also forget that the Royal Guard has a 4-hitter A3. As long as you manual this one to make sure that he uses this whenever the Fire Knight has his shields up, and also has decreased speed, which also helps. So Royal Guard can actually be a good option, and then make sure that he uses his takedown when the shields are not up. All right. Who else do we have? Let's see. But yeah, we have Phoenix is quite decent with his hard hitting A1, but again, you need to keep him alive because he is a little bit squishy. But he does bring that raw damage with his A1 that hits really hard. But all right, that is it. I hope you found that useful. You can beat the Fire Knight with just a bunch of free-to-play friendly champions, a couple of rares, epics. Don't even need any void epic to beat the Fire Knight, because of course we do have this event here, the Savage Drop Fever. So make sure you hit the Fire Knight, get those Savage gear, because those will be very important for you to progress in this game. All right, thank you guys for watching. Hope you found this useful. If you want more free to play friendly content, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.